Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I just want to do a quick video to test the StreamYard before tonight's live, and also wanted to tell my story just a little bit. If I tell the whole thing, it's going to take a while, so this might be a longer video. We'll see. But first of all, my name's Mike. Hey, how you doing? On this channel, I review phones mostly. If you go way back, you'll see some of my radio stuff and news stuff, and I'm just kind of have a lot of interests. And so it looks like now I'm going to be talking more about carnivore, ketovore, some keto stuff on this channel. Certainly that's what tonight's live is about. I've really fallen in love with the carnivore community. They're just amazing people. And we've had so much time and so much fun in the live chats and stuff. So I thought I'd give it a go. And I have been doing carnivore for almost 3 weeks now. I've only lost 3 pounds, kind of crazy, but I do feel pretty good. One thing on carnivore is the mental clarity is a real thing and that Zen feeling. So it's really nice. Now, full disclosure, some people brought some vegetables from their garden last night to church, and I did grab a few tomatoes and a couple cucumbers. And so ground beef is getting boring for me. And there's ways that I'm jazzing it up, but I think I'm going to throw in some tomato at least tomorrow and maybe a little bit of cucumber. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird. I did buy some avocados too, which I love avocados. So maybe a little bit more ketovore. I've been pretty strict on the carnivore the last 3 weeks, but I do want to try that. So how did all this begin? This started way back in my radio days. We got a sponsor. This was, I don't know, 6 years ago, something like that. Tucson Medical Weight Loss. And the sponsorship was, I would go on the program for 3 months and talk about my progress on the air and, promote Tucson Medical Weight Loss. And so I got it for free. And I guess it normally is kind of expensive. And so what it is, it's those shots for that you have during pregnancy, HCG or something like that. I don't know. And it's also kind of low carb. It's like low calorie, like really low calorie. So about 850 calories. It's pretty low carb, although there's an apple every afternoon included in that. And I did lose weight. I lost a good 25 pounds the first month and then 15 over the next 2. I started to cheat because it's just hard to stay on that kind of diet. But I lost 40 pounds in 3 months. Was really happy with that. And then after the sponsorship ended, I ended up going to a gym, a boot camp, which was HIIT training. And it was pretty intense. And I about died the first day. But by 2 weeks, I was really into it. And then I was having a smoothie in the morning. So blueberry smoothie with some protein powder and some yogurt. I would drink that. I would go do the HIIT training, which was only a half hour, but intense. And then for lunch, I would have probably a big salad, or I would have rice with a can of salmon and picante sauce all stirred up together. And that was pretty much what I ate, those 3 things. And I lost another almost 14 pounds, I think, over the next month or two. And I was toning up and I was feeling really good. So then the owner of this boot camp introduced me to keto. Never heard of it. What he wanted me to do was to go keto and then do carbo loading and work out hard and see what the results were on that. So I went on keto. I wasn't sure about the carbo loading. I did some research. I was like, oh, keto, this sounds pretty interesting. So I went on keto and was doing well with it and counting macros and doing all that work. And, cut out the rice and the smoothies for the most part and went keto. Now, I was watching a lot of videos and, as influencers, we influence people, right? Definitely influenced by influencers. And I was having trouble sleeping and I came across a video about magnesium. So, okay, I'll try magnesium. So I added some magnesium. No, it was a disaster for me. I had the runs for a week. Oh, it was horrible. And so I got really discouraged. And also during that time, not keto's fault, but I also passed a kidney stone. So, and I knew it wasn't keto's fault, but I was just really discouraged. So I ordered a pizza and I had a blizzard. And that was the end of that. And over the next few months, I put my 40 pounds back on. Well, I had lost almost 60 at this point. So I put a good 40 back on and didn't try keto again for a while. I did go back on keto. This time I did it better. This time I did lose some weight and had some real benefits from that. Fast forward, I don't know, a couple of years, I guess. And again, I had put the weight all back on again. So this is kind of my yo-yo diet story. And this was 4 years ago. Yeah. And we were having a discussion at the office, about not really technically a contest on who could lose the most weight, but we all kind of were dedicated in losing the most weight. And by then I had heard of carnivore and one meal a day. So I decided to go one steak a day. And I went one steak a day. And in 3 months or less, I lost 40 pounds. And people were commenting. I felt great. It was wonderful. So that's kind of what I was sticking to and what I was going to stick to. And then my mom got sick. She was dying. I quit my job in Arizona, moved back to Lubbock, Texas, spent 3 weeks in the hospital with mom and then 3 more weeks in hospice, and got to escort her home. That's a whole nother show. And through all that stress and honestly being broke because the pandemic happened pretty much the same weekend mom died, and the lock-in started, all that stuff. And it was very stressful, obviously. And yeah, so I ended up going off a carnivore and I started gaining weight again. And, the carb addiction is real as well. So fast forward to now. I'm in Iowa now and have a new life here and really like it. And actually, last year, I went on carnivore for about 130 days, I guess. And it wasn't one meal a day. It was eating when I was hungry, that sort of thing. And I have trouble sleeping on carnivore. That's one of my issues, but not so much this time. And I find I need a little less sleep. But anyway, 130 days of carnivore, I lost probably 30 pounds, which was good. It wasn't as fast as the last time. So I'm not sure why. Probably because I wasn't doing one meal a day. Moved to Iowa. And I just have a whole bunch of new friends and a new church and a whole bunch and everyone's inviting me over for dinner and for lunch. And, what do? You say, no, I'm sorry. I only eat ribeye. So if you're having ribeye, I'll come over. No, you don't do that. So, and I'm a very social person. So I didn't say anything. I just ate what was in front of me and, seriously fell off the diet again. And then when I'm when I'm off the diet, I love ice cream. The most efficient way to gain weight is to eat ice cream. And so again, I've gained all the weight back. So now I'm back on carnivore 3 weeks now. And again, I've only lost about 3 pounds. You know, we'll see how that goes. I think part of it is maybe because I vape. I did see the good Dr. Barry, talk about vaping and says, especially if it's the sweet kind, and this is peach pear. So that may be keeping my insulin up a little bit. Maybe that's the problem I'm having. Plus, he said it adds inflammation in your throat and lungs. Maybe that's the issue. I'm not ready to give this up. I like it too much. That's too much honesty. I don't even know if I would have posted this with that on there. So maybe that's what's hindering me. I don't know, but I'm getting back to one meal a day now. I had a ribeye yesterday at noon. It's noon 20 right now. Ribeye is on the counter, thawing out. So I'm going to have a ribeye at noon. Now I did buy some avocados, so I'll probably have an avocado with that. And then tomorrow with my ground beef, like I said, I'll probably throw in a tomato with that. So I don't know. I'm straddling the fence, right? Carnivore, ketovore. I'm just trying to see what might work for me and give me my optimum, feels. Now, one of the thing about strict carnivore, and maybe this is why I should stick with strict carnivore, is your teeth health. You don't have the bad bacteria in your mouth, so you're just not getting cavities. It's wonderful. Adding a tomato, adding some cucumber, is that going to mess up my mental clarity and that feeling of zen? Because I don't want to lose that. So probably the best answer is for me to stick strictly with a steak a day and do that for at least 3 months and see how I feel. And that may be where this lands. But just being honest with you, that's been my yo-yo diet journey so far. Um, and you know, as I continue with keto and ketovore and just experiment with my n equals 1, because everyone's different. I don't suffer from arthritis, or I don't have any other issues except for the weight. And so the weight loss is really my main goal. But um, we'll see how I feel and see where this journey leads me. But definitely no processed carbs. um, Seed oils are the devil, and no sugar. So those are out for sure. And I think no matter what I do besides that, I'm certainly going to feel better, and that's better for my health. So is my channel now a carnivore or a ketovore channel? This is the first video along those lines, and then live tonight. And we'll see how it goes. And maybe I am a carnivore channel now. And well, I don't know if the phone people are going to stick with me or not. I know I had talked about carnivore before on a phone video, and I had a couple people interested. So maybe there's an overlap, but we'll see. So anyway, thanks for bearing with me. We'll see you tonight on the live if you're watching this the day of. And otherwise, we'll just see you around. Thanks for tuning in.